Yeah, Chris did.
But they did play it on the BBC, and a lot of kids have tapes from that playing of that album. It's a concept album. And as a matter of fact, so many people have it that Devo stole my whole idea about potatoes. You notice that Devo speaks a lot about spuds and things like that. They stole it all from the Potatoland album. In fact, on one of their original albums, before they signed with Warner Brothers, they took a piece of our Potatoland album, where it's the part where I say, I wonder how we can find out what's really going on here in Potatoland, and consequently they stole Potatoland. Is that coming true?
Yeah, it's fine.
So to Devo I say, we are not Devo, we are men, and we're out to get you.
We are spirit.
Right.
When you go back and you look at spirit and you trace back, you can see that it has quite a history. Like Mark Andes went on to a band which is kind of popular now, Firefall.
Right.
Also, Jay Ferguson is doing a lot of commercial work. You still see those guys?
I'm really tight buddies with Mark Andes. In fact, I just saw him a couple of weeks ago, and we spent the whole morning together talking and taking a long walk up in Boulder, Colorado. I haven't seen Jay for a couple of years.
Uh-huh. Well, let's listen to something from the very first Spirit album, and then come back and talk some more, okay?
Okay.
And that's a drop. All right, this is WHFS, Bethesda, Maryland. We're talking to Randy, California. Randy, is it true that you were influenced to go electric by Jimi Hendrix?
No, I'd gone electric before I met Jimmy, but we played in a band for a couple of months, 3 months, and he taught me a lot about bending strings and doing different things. I was playing slide guitar, he was playing lead, and so yeah, he was a really big influence on my life.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that Epic reissued the first album and the Clear album, which was a classic, and in the liner notes it said that Ed Cassidy had played with Taj Mahal and had a lot of jazz influence before becoming Spirit. Like Spirit was sort of formed out of a frustration, so you guys were all looking for an outlet, and that was the band that gave you that. Is that true?
Right. We're all looking for a band that would be free to do any style of music, wouldn't be subject to people calling it, well, that's folk rock, or that's country, or that's rock, or blues, or anything. We wanted to be free to do whatever we wanted to do, and that's why Spirit was formed. It was a creative outlet, not limited to any set categories of groups that were going at the time, or that would be created in the future. Although they did label us sort of jazz rock.
I had the pleasure of interviewing David Briggs about a year ago, and he said that he could not think of a weirder bunch of characters than the band Spirit. And he said it in a complimentary form. And we were talking about the 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus, which was an album that came out in 1970. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us something about that? What that was about?
Probably couldn't add more than he told you. It took like 6 months to make. It was a lot of hard work. Of course, the band broke up pretty much after that album came out. As you remember, Rolling Stone magazine gave it a thumbs down review, and our Columbia didn't really, or Epic didn't really push it very much. And so we didn't get any promotion on it. Got bad reviews, didn't really sell very well, and we sort of all thought it would be in the top 40 because of all the hard work we put in it. It took 5 years and it finally went gold. It's the only gold album that Spirit has ever had.
You had a lot of commercial success with Dark Eyed Woman and I Got a Line on You, or a fair amount anyway, in this market.
Well, that's good.
But as I told you before, our radio station is very freeform, and everyone digs your music here in Washington. I'm glad to see that you made it to the Bayou, and wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, this album we have out now is a live album. It's the first live Spirit album that's ever been recorded. Our drummer Ed Cassidy has been playing drum solos for the last 10 years on stage, and finally he gets to have one great drum solo on this live album. And really captured the feeling of the group. It was recorded over mostly in London, England last year. So that's what we're out here doing right now, is trying to promote the live album.
That's good that you can keep the band going, and keep everything alive. the last time I saw you was with a bunch of bands in the May Day, and I also saw you at the Alexandria Roller Rink back in, I think, '69, something like that. And it was a fine show. Are you real rushed, man? I mean, you're gonna...
Let's go. Let's see if we can
Okay.
pick this up.
I'm gonna edit a lot of this. Before I even air it, I'll send it to you.
No, you don't have to share it. I mean, you have to send it to...
Would you do a station identification for us? I wrote it
Sure.
out. That's what I was looking for. And, let's see. I hope you can understand my writing. I scribbled it.
Okay. Ready? I'm going to use my Jack Bond voice. Ready?
Greeting from time this is it, Randy, California.
You are listening to WHFS, Bethesda, Maryland, 102.3 FM.
Would you do the one on the other side for me?
Should I?
Appreciate it.
Hello, this is Randy, California. You are listening to Thomas on WHFS, Bethesda. Oh, shit. I fucked that one up. Hello, this is Randy, California. You are listening to Thomas on WHFS, Bethesda, Maryland.
Thank you, Randy. That's cool. On the last studio album, Future Games, that has a concept or a flow to it,
Yeah.
and it kind of has something to do with Hawaii, doesn't it? With the kahuna and all. Were you influenced by Hawaiian folklore or something when you put that together?
Exactly. I lived over there for about 4 years, and fell in love with it. Oh, I gotta go.
Randy, how do you do?